We got to lock in. We got to lock in. You hear me? All right, let's rock out.
Let's have one more question. We had this person at the back in the stripes. Yeah, let's hear from you.
During the dating period, after like 4 or 5 months of dating, I just wondering at what point do you have to pay? Did the woman have to pay when they go out? The guy is asking that there should be half and half at that point when you already.
At what point?
When you already been dating for 4 or 5 months.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, okay. To give you a quick answer on, firstly, I think we should just deal with the who should pay thing to begin with. When you're on a date, who should pay?
Of course, they're gonna say men. Of course.
I know. I mean, that's what I told them. I'm sorry.
But
I would say, I'm dating. We're dating.
But here's the
here.
Okay. He's supposed to pay.
Yeah, that's what I told him.
But you're supposed to have sex with him whenever he says.
No. Whenever both.
Where does this double standard come from? I'm sorry, it's the reality. You guys can moan at it all you want, but the moment you say to a guy, you have to fucking pay for my time, you're saying this relationship isn't equal. This relationship isn't equal. My time is worth more than yours, so you should pay for it. I wonder what paradigm that sets up. Here's my view. If you go on a date with a guy and you don't offer to pay your share.
So I'm gonna let it keep going, but I gotta be honest with you. He's 100% right. And I know a lot of women say, oh, of course you're gonna agree because he's a man. But no, when you look at the thing, when you look at it from a broad spectrum, when you actually pay attention to what he's saying, okay, so first and foremost, take out the fact that I'm taking time out of my day to come see you because you're not the only one that has things that he could be doing. So you also get the privilege to see me as well. You also get the privilege to be in my presence as well, just as you believe that I have the privilege to be in your presence, right? So we both have the privilege to be in each other's presence. That's one. So you can't use that as if there's men out here just in distress and they feel as if, oh well, I gotta be in this woman's presence. No, that's one. So you guys are in both present, right? You're in each other's presence. That's one. Two, when you go out on these dates and deep down you're expecting this man to pay and you're hoping that this man pays. Here's what a lot of you fuck up at. You fuck up by expecting him to pay. It's not about what he wants to do and by him being a man. This is about you and what you do. This right here can make or break the situation for you. Because see, what I was taught growing up is pay attention to the woman that you're dating. If she doesn't offer, even if you know that you're going to pay for it, if she doesn't even attempt to offer to pay her half, pay the tip or anything, cut it loose. Don't even worry about it because that's selfish on your behalf. Because deep down inside, you already thinking that he's supposed to pay for the dinner anyway. You want him to plan the date, tell you where y'all gonna go. You want him to do everything up front, but you won't even attempt to pay. You won't attempt to pay? Yeah, you're done. You can, bro. We're not doing that. No, it's more than that. It ain't just about the intimacy in itself. You got to do more than this. See, that's y'all problem. Y'all think men are supposed to do every goddamn thing and y'all just sit there and be feminine. No, you got to put in the work and the effort too. It works both ways. So that effort that you have to put in, that's called creating value for him as well. If you decide to go on this date with this man, you as a woman, since y'all are so strong and independent, you should automatically attempt. Even if you don't want to, you should attempt to try to pay for the meal. Hey, don't worry. Listen, I can pay whether he got the money or not. That's not the point whether he has it or not. It's the point of you trying to add value. Because just as you want him to add value to you, you have to add value to him. It ain't about you. That's y'all problem. Y'all think it's always about y'all, and it's not. a woman cannot date y'all without sex. Well, yes, of course that's gonna come. But at the end of the day, right out the gate, if you know you ain't gonna, you still have to offer. You gonna have to give some sort of value. So if you let me break it down to you this way. If you as a woman decide that you want to go on a date with this man and you don't even offer to even pay for your side of the dinner, you don't offer to pay the tip, you don't offer to do none of that. You don't even try to even fake as if you're going into your purse to grab your credit card. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that means you just ready to give up the box then, if that's the case. Because if I'm supposed to do everything out front, then what is that you're doing? You just because your existence, I'm supposed to be happy just because you're here. That's what I get. I get the fact that you're happy, that you're here with me. I'm supposed to be happy about that. So it don't work like that, especially when you talk about just dating. Now, when the relationship goes, carry on, then of course you build into something else. But right out the gate, nah, absolutely not. You bugging. As soon as she says she wants to wait till marriage, y'all not with it. Well, if she makes it valuable, again, that's called adding the value up front. Let's be real. A man will wait if she's worth waiting for. But if you're telling me that this woman who done let Tom, Dick, and Harry already bust her down without doing anything, why the hell do I need to wait? Now, if you're a virgin, of course, most men will wait. They're like, oh, okay, well, she a virgin. Well, then that means I could be the first one to knock her down. But if you ain't no virgin and you done busted open a couple of times for a couple of guys without the date, why the fuck do I need to do that? Yeah, you wild for that. I'm not. We do need to add value. Yes, I agree. However, my value is bringing you lunch. Okay, but before the lunch, how you gonna bring him lunch when you just dating? You don't know where he work at. You don't know what his whereabouts are when you first start dating him. My value is nurturing when your spirits are low. A woman can add a lot of value without her money. Yeah, she can add value, but a lot of women don't add value without the money. But I'm talking about a date. If I meet you today, I get your number and I tell you, hey, on Friday, I'm gonna take you out on a date. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm referring to. Then everything else that comes along, that right there sets the tone. On the first date, that sets the tone for how everything else here on out is gonna be. That sets the tone. Once you set the tone, you're letting me know already how things are gonna be, based off of how you move on this first date.
Share, you weren't taught right. If you go on a date and he doesn't pay, he wasn't taught right. I can tell you right now, if I was dating someone and they never offered to pay, I wouldn't be dating them. I can tell you that now. If they never offered to pay, I would not be dating them, because I'd say this is the most polite they're ever going to be.
Fact.
And they're not even trying to pay now.
Fact.
What does that say about my future?
I agree.
But I look, let me come at this from a different angle. I will always treat my partner how I would treat my best friend. And I wouldn't apply a different standard to my partner than my best friend. I wouldn't say to my best friend, let's always go out to dinner and you always pay. I'd say, let's be teammates here in whatever way we can. And maybe, by the way, proportionately, what you can do is less than what he can do. That's a different thing. If he says to you, I want to go stay at the top hotel in Big Sur this weekend, and it's $1,500 a night, and you say, I don't have the money. It's his job to say, it doesn't matter. I didn't do it so you could pay. I did it because I want to go and I want to take you. Yep. Great. That's what that is, right? Or if you both agree to go on holiday and you have a fifth of his earning potential, you say, I want to contribute to a fifth of this holiday. It's overly simplistic, but you get what I'm saying, right? I will contribute on the level I can contribute. Let me tell you what means something to a guy. Trying.
Yep.
That means something to a guy. When he feels that you're not even trying to contribute, that's when he feels used.
Fact.
Because any guy who's really confident and self-respecting, if the woman never is even trying to contribute, he feels like he's being taken advantage of. And it has nothing to do with money. It has to do with the lack of gesture. So I would be looking at, if you like this guy.
But your aunt, you're missing it though. It ain't about the money. It's about trying. It's about the value that's being added. Yeah, they're talking about money because they're talking about dating in particular. So we're talking about value overall. When you talk about the value overall, how does she contribute? How is she adding value to me? If she don't have the money or she don't have the means, how else can she add value to me? Because let's be honest, if I'm a guy and I know I got the money, I ain't tripping on you paying for something. It's the fact of trying. It's the fact of you adding value somewhere else. Her money isn't the value. That's the point. Her money isn't the value. But it's the fact of the matter. How are you adding value? Where are you adding value at? Yeah, you can do free stuff all day. That's not the point. But the point is, where are you adding the value? Where is the value coming from? If I'm doing X, Y, and Z, where are you adding value? If I'm planning the dates, if I had to be the one to approach you up front, if I had to be the one to find the place that we're gonna go on these dates, all these different things, where is the value being added? Where's the value add from you? We're not talking about just existence. You just existing. What are you doing to add the value? What are you doing to make me realize, damn, this is the woman I want to be with versus the rest of them? What is it that you're doing different than the other women out here who, oh, I just want my man, I just want him to take me out on the dinner and all this? What are you doing? What is it that you're gonna do that's gonna make me be like, oh shit, I like her. She's different. She's truly adding value to my life. You know what? I've never seen a woman do something like that. What is it that you're doing? On the first date, you are adding value. On the first date, yes, value is being added to you. You get to eat a free meal. You get to eat a free meal. You get to be wined and dined by somebody you barely know. Depending on the situation, he may be the one that picks you up or calls you an Uber. He paid for a full date that he planned for you, that you didn't have to think about nothing. All you had to do is get dressed and show up. So that's adding value to you. That means you didn't have to think about anything. He just told you where y'all gonna go. He picks you up or calls an Uber, whatever the case may be. You guys sit down, you guys have dinner, and he pays for it all. That's adding value to you. That's showing that he can be a provider. Even though it's minuscule, it's showing value that he can add, a value that he can add to your life. It's showing you how he can lead. That's adding value. And it doesn't have to be monetary value, right? Just like you said, it doesn't have to mean money. But if we go somewhere free, I'm still leading because I'm telling you, listen, this is where we're going to go. We're going to kick it. So if I tell you, listen, we can go to a park, we're going to go exercise, we're going to get some steps in, I'm still leading you. I'm telling you what we're going to do. That's still adding value to you on some sort of level. Now, let me break it down for you. Let's just say that just so happen we go on the walk. Everything's free, right? Let me break this down for you. Let's say we decide not to go on dinner, right? We decide to go to a park and just walk.